What's up, Divine Feminine Collective? Thank you for joining me for your energy reading. I just wrapped up the masculine reading. That thing was long as fuck. So I am surprised that I have the energy to move into the feminist reading, but I'm like, let me go ahead and strike while the fire is hot. So I have pulled some cards to represent the energy that wants to come forth for the Divine Feminine Collective. And I call myself gonna do it in the same way that I was intuitively led to do it for the masculines. But it wasn't meant to come out for the feminines in that way. So for the masculines, I pulled two cards for the past, the present, and the future, right? So me trying to be all uniformed and whatnot, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that for the feminine energy. Nah, spirit was like, I was shuffling them cards just to mix them up before I pulled each of the cards for the spread, and a slew of cards fell out. So we already got the message, and I pulled from the Vice Versa Tarot, which is the same deck that I use for the masculine energy reading. But yeah, this message here, it aligns with what came out for the masculines, and so we're going to explore these energies. I am going to clarify with the soulmate oracle, and then possibly the divine feminine oracle. I ended up reading from the Ian Van Zandt devotional for the masculines, but I wasn't led to do something like that for the feminines either. And so, in obedience to what the spirit is leading me to do and how the spirit is leading me to do it, we're going to get started with the message, and we are starting with the Four of Pentacles. So you have this man here. He's sitting on his throne. He got on his rich garments and whatnot. Got that green on, represented his groundedness, and got his crown on. He has a labyrinth behind him, symbolic of having found his way through the maze of life to get to where he is in a more stable place in his 3D reality, specifically as it relates to his finances. And you got his wand sitting on the floor. So this is like not giving your energy to something. You put that down. You're like, I'm not going to continue to give my energy to this, and instead I'm going to focus on my financial stability or my safety and security, as this energy represents, right? But what you have next to it is the Ten of Cups. This is true love. This is romance. This is emotional fulfillment. This is sitting at the edge of the water at the beach, which are 10 cups presented here with that ultimate fulfillment and the rainbow. And these cups are filled and running over. And this couple is embracing one another. So there's very much a loving dynamic, ultimate emotional fulfillment involved here, and it requires taking a leap of faith. So yeah, in the past you were in a position where it's like, okay, I needed to just kind of focus on my coin and stabilizing myself and being secure or whatnot. But I also got my eye on this. Whereas I might not be putting the effort toward it, the feelings are still there. That is what that says. So for a lot of you feminines, especially if you operate in high priestess energy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you still feel the love even though you have not been putting your energy into it. And you know, a lot of the messages that have been coming for the feminists for the past few months is just like, focus on you. Don't put your energy into nothing that does not align with the energy that you bring forth. If the person not vibing high, you just meet them where they at, but don't compromise yourself. You know what I'm saying? So this is that type of energy. But you got the 10, which is like the culmination of this emotional connection, the embracing one another, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, so to speak, just off 511, and mastering whatever conflict may have created this labyrinth, maze, hard journey of getting to the end of the road type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You have or are overcoming that to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But it's like, okay, now that I got it, where do we go from here, right? So you have this full energy with the leap of faith, because there's some leap of faith that is being required here, and it's requiring that you pack light, that you move forward with a pure heart, represented by this white flower here that he's holding, that you know that the sun is peeping over the horizon. And in this image here, the crown is on the ground. There's a cup that is on the ground that is like spilled over, right? So he not holding that, he just holding his flower, and he got his little bag. And I'm gonna take what I've learned from my experiences up to this point, and I'm gonna take a leap of faith, because in spite of all the conflict going on around me, all the petty shit and the distractions, I got bigger fish to fry. With this 5 of Wands right here, you got two people, they like sparring partners, you know what I'm saying? Or they like in a Mexican standoff. But it's like they distracted from the fact that it's bigger shit going on. You got a whole volcano behind you about to go off. So these are like two individuals who have come to this point of the 10 of Cups and the Fool, needing to take that leap of faith or whatever, but being petty. You go first. No, you go first. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Haven't been focused or putting the energy toward this energy with the 10 of Cups and the Fool, but more so towards just being in competition, competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like they having a staring contest. You know what I'm saying? See who gonna blink first, who gonna say something first, who gonna make the first move, that type of thing. But you can't afford that, because y'all got a mission. Y'all got shit to do, right? So this is just that kind of petty energy that has been a part of the dynamic. But then you also have the 3 of Wands, which represents expansion. But you got this individual, a knight in shining armor with his red cape on, ready to come in and save the day and show up in a more balanced way. He's holding this sphere that represents yin and yang, which is all about the balance of masculine and feminine energy and balance of duality, right? He has come out from the forest. You know, he probably went in hermit mode for a little while. He went into the forest to think, to breathe, to just contemplate his next move, and kind of a 2 of Wands type of energy. How do I want to move forward in this partnership or with this situation? And now he coming to the forefront in a more balanced way with that yin and yang sphere of energy in his hand and holding on to this wand. And he ready to make some moves. He's ready to expand. He's ready to grow. He's ready to evolve. And so this also represents the 3 of Wands also can represent travel too. So he may even be making some travel plans. But the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Wands together give you the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands represents also travel, progression, forward movement, fast-paced forward movement, and also communication. So this is something that, this is a progressive energy as you move from this pettiness of the 5 of Wands, to that Three of Wands expansion. You know what I'm saying? Ready to embrace what is out there for you, ready for your ships to come in, knowing that you've put in the work and that you are worthy and deserve whatever God got in store for you, and showing up for it instead of being reluctant or denying it. And so at the top of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So as you've been in this energy of the Four of Pentacles, focused on your finances, not really giving energy to anything that does not deserve your energy, you've been successful. You've been shining like new money. You've been on this, like this man here on this horse, where the crowd is cheering him on, and he's been victorious, and not just victorious, but publicly. So you've possibly been showing your counterpart, your divine masculine, like, this what I'm on. And this what being what I'm on get you. This how I'm vibing. I'm riding high on this horse, and I'm shining my light. I'm leading by example. And this is victory. You know what I'm saying? So at the bottom of the deck, we got not only one card, but two cards, right? Because I was trying to pull the one and two came out. Literally got the divine masculine energy showing up as the Emperor, taking control of his life, taking his power back. And the Knight of Pentacles, committing, willing to take things slow and steady, showing up to the dynamic every day, committed to the growth of it, seeing a plan through, not being fickle, and being consistent, being methodical, bringing some actual thought and care into the situation, and not being this way one day and this that way another day. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dope ass energy coming in. Even though this is the feminine reading, we got the masculine showing up a lot. As a matter of fact, the only time you see a feminine energy in this reading is them embracing each other here at the on the beach, with them 10 of cups and that rainbow. Because this is true love. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Where you may have gone through a lot and placed most of your focus on your finances in the past, you're about to have more balance, like what's represented here with this yin and yang energy in your life, by now manifesting abundance in your financial sector of your life, as well as your emotional. So that is dope as hell. I love this for y'all. So this is like endings and new beginnings, because whatever cycle you all have been in as feminines, it's been imbalanced, it's been tumultuous, it's been confusing. You've been led to make one turn and needed to make another, the same way that like as if you were trying to find your way through this here maze. You know what I'm saying? But you finding your way to a brighter future with a divine counterpart. I love this for the feminine collective. So I'm going to clarify this reading with the soulmate card. Spirit, please clarify this message for the feminine energies. Okay, real quick. This same card came out for the masculine collective, and it was describing his feelings for the Queen of Pentacles. So it says, I am so grateful for you, my love. You give so freely without condition. Life is an endless flow of blessings because of your great love. This one came out too. Your spiritual awareness is growing, and so too is your sexuality. Sensuality is heightened, and this has a magical effect on the one you love. A sacred union is reborn. Love is the present moment. You know, we've been talking about that sensuality for the feminine collective. As a matter of fact, that was the message that came up for you all's last reading. And so as a result of putting your effort towards you working on your sensuality, I know I have. I done took part in a tantric yoga class. Friday I got a tantric twerk shop that I'm going to. I've been working with my Kama Sutra incense, which I'm actually burning right now. I have intuited a recipe for a Tantra loose incense blend that I'm going to be creating and selling. And so, yeah, I just been working on my solar plexus and my sacral chakra, my root chakra, my lower chakras have been coming through tough, and just tapping into the connection between my sensuality and my spiritual connection. That is going to benefit your connection with your counterpart. But it's also good for you to just, even if you don't have a divine counterpart in your 3D reality, to help you work with your inner masculine and feminine energy. Let go of inhibitions. Be creative and allow your imagination to run wild. Your love life will transform in ways you never thought possible. Y'all, when you in this Ten of Cups energy, where you feel safe, you're a safe space to land, and you're somebody is providing a safe space for you to land. Why wouldn't you let go of your inhibitions and be creative and spontaneous and open and explorative in this connection? That is what's going to help your connection not only to flourish and grow, but to have longevity. So you definitely want to tap into that energy and bring that good old sensual, sexy, divine feminine energy to the table if the masculine is proven to be worthy of receiving it. It says, the love that emanates from my beloved's heart is light that stems from the mind of God and Goddess. Through each other, we become one. I give thanks for the endless blessing that is you. That's so sweet. And that's reminding me of this hug and this embrace in the Ten of Cups card. Because when you hug, especially if the energy is right, like if you have that connection with a person, like for that brief moment when you hug, you just feel like you become one. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to like your interactions with your masculine or people in your environment, especially when it comes to intimate things like kissing and hugging. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to how at some point, like the line between you being an individual and them at being an individual gets blurred, because you just connect and have that chemistry on that level where you feel like you become one. And then this message here is expressing that your masculine is grateful. This is actually the second message that expresses gratitude, because that first soulmate message started out with, I am so grateful for you. This person is grateful for you, your authenticity, what you bring to the table, your honesty, your availability, your truthfulness. Like you different, and you've done the work to embrace how you show up in this world different, and like be proud of it and not ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? Not try to fit in and be like somebody else. I went to an event it wasn't even a week ago. It feel like a few days ago. But this guy, he was like, I see you like to look different, like you like to dress different. I was like, yeah, I was born different. I said, so why not stand in that and show up in the world as that, you know? And that really made me think, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the first things that was said to me when I started to go through my awakening, and I went and got a tarot reading to have somebody make some sense of what I was going through. And that's exactly what she said to me. Like, you're different, but you've been trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? And at first when she said the shit, I was like, no, I'm not. How? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I had to think about it. Like, no, you really are. You just be dumbing that shit down. You know what I'm saying? You be watering it down as to not intimidate other people, as to not stand out or like a sore thumb, or feel weird or strange. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, the love that emanates from my beloved's heart is light that stems from the mind of God and Goddess. You and your man, Your man, your man, your man, your divine masculine, y'all are he's an expression of God, and you are an expression of Goddess. And so with this 10 of Cups, you all are very much to find joy in being that expression, supporting one another in that effort to tap deeper into that and be a safe space for one another. Because the message that I had picked up for the divine masculines is that they are becoming a safe space for the feminine to land, but also that the feminine is becoming the masculine's motivation to rise. So she's risen, you know what I'm saying? And she's needing a safe space to land and just be softened in her feminine energy. And she's, as a result of the work that she has done or is doing publicly, successfully, is showing and leading by example and motivating him to rise. So, because he needs a safe space to land as well, but he's been operating in the matrix, 3D culture, the material endeavors, you know what I'm saying, money, hoes, and clothes and whatnot. Now that he's evolving from that, he's ready to evolve and grow and explore the etheric realms and things of a higher nature. So she motivates him to tap into his intuition and those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So it says, I am forever, another message of gratitude, yo. I am forever grateful for your loving kindness and for the joy you bring to my life. You are a gift from the eternal heart of love, a blessing from a most benevolent universe. Regardless of what it looks like, feminine, your masculine is grateful to have you in their life. And they about to come forth and express that and show you a more consistent, committed, disciplined, patient version of themselves. They're ready to invest in these connections more than they have in the past, because they're stepping into their power with this emperor energy. This their daddy's home energy. Daddy's home for me. And I know you've been waiting on this loving all day. You know that daddy's home and it's time to play. You know what? The King of Wands energy came up in the masculine reading too, baby. That's daddy's home, honey. That Emperor energy, that's that grown ass man energy. Coupled with the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive and light. This was at the top of the deck, y'all. And this is the message that you all were needing as you were going through this labyrinth, focused on your coin and placing your energy toward this success. But now that you are kind of on the other side of it and you're able to sit there comfortably in this energy, you're able to see where your capacity to remain positive and light and allow love to lead you through that darkness, be it the love for your masculine or just the love for what you do, the love for answering your calling. It's leading you to this fruitful connection. You know what I'm saying? So at the bottom of the deck, positive and loving thoughts. More messages about your thoughts, feminine. That's why y'all were led to work with that obsidian some time ago. We was talking about working with black obsidian and doing that shadow work as you prepare for union with your masculine. Because with all that confusion and doubt and things not looking in the 3D like they gonna work out or whatever the case, the way the masculine was showing up or the lack thereof, you know what I'm saying? You were needing to reinforce your mind, reinforce your thoughts, work on your subconscious mind so that you could continue to have those positive thoughts that manifest a positive outcome. So it says positive and loving thoughts are instrumental in creating positive, loving relationships. Fear and doubt only serve to create greater uncertainty. Think more about what is right in your relationship and less on what you think is wrong. This ain't one of them relationships you're going to be able to nitpick every little fucking thing that irritates you and triggers you. But I don't really got to fuss at y'all about that, because one thing about it, I'm talking to divine feminine energies. Karmics don't know the difference between that nitpicky behavior and being triggered and doing their own work, and you know what I'm saying, or and projecting on the masculine. They don't know the difference between it. But a divine feminine, a high priestess, the empress to the emperor, she knows that, yeah, you got to be vocal about, you know, things that you don't like in your connection, because things ain't going to be perfect. She knows that she has to draw boundaries, but she also knows that her boundaries are for her and not for necessarily the masculine. You know what I'm saying? And she knows that sometimes he's going to trigger things within her that require that she take some time to do some shadow work, reflect on herself, and kind of work through why she's triggered in the first place, and that doesn't necessarily mean that he did something wrong or he fucked up or he got a flaw. You know what I'm saying? A divine feminine knows that. And so even though this message encourages us to think positive and think more about what's right in a relationship and less on what we think is wrong, I really feel like that's not necessarily a message that is new to a divine feminine. I ain't gonna say necessary, but it definitely ain't new. And underneath that, life is a cycle of changing seasons. Let us welcome each new season with surrender the past with grace. Let us remember that nothing is ever lost, for all exists eternally within our heart. Whatever endings come with the way this is unfolding for you, allow it, surrender to it, and keep those positive thoughts about how things are unfolding, not only in your life but for everybody involved. I am going to clarify this with the Divine Feminine Oracle. Still, please clarify this message for the okay. Well, that's a lot. Divine Feminine Collective. I saw something flip and I was gonna pull it out. Bam. Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Regardless of whether you unite with your divine counterpart in the 3D or not, you still operating in love. You don't mind being that not a part of the in crowd. You still gonna operate in love, and that is the marriage. This message might involve marriage, especially with this 10 of Cups that often represents marriage. This message may be representing the energy of marriage, but hell, I forgot what the fuck else I was gonna say when that came up. Anyway, so this message is not only for the feminine though, because if your masculine is rising to the occasion and y'all coming together, he don't mind being an outsider at this point too. He has accepted your weirdness and also his as a result of your example. So he's tapping into this Sarah La Kali energy as well. But whatever the case, that's knowing that you have arrived. There's nowhere else for you to aspire to go, or a person for you to aspire to be. You are it. This is very much a it is what it is energy, and I love it. Because sometimes we get caught up in aspiring to the next best thing when actually the goal is exactly in where we are and who we are at this very moment in time. I'm going to read the message for her, and then we'll see where it's at the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck as well. That's one thing that I'm loving about where I am as someone who, when I was caught up in the matrix, I was chasing degrees and positions and jobs and salaries and getting excited about the weekend because I had 2 days off. But as a sovereign being, don't none of that shit impress me no more. And that's not things, that's not the, like, I'm not chasing those carrots that keep moving or the target that keeps moving. You know, it's hard to hit a target that's constantly moving. You know what I'm saying? And it's designed to be that way, to keep us bound and to keep us trying to be a part of the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not afraid to stand out, a lot of shit that once impressed you or that impresses others, it just don't. Sarah La Kali is the symbol of the love that endures, the love that never dies. There are three main legends that surround Saint Sarah. First, she is known as a charitable, noble woman who collects alms for the poor in Saintes Maries de la Mer in the south of France at the beginning of the 1st century. She had a vision that the female saints who were present at Jesus' death would arrive on their shores, and when they did, around the year 42, Saint Sarah was the first to lovingly welcome them with open arms. The Golden Legend from the 13th century says that Saint Sarah arrived with three Marys, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Mary of Bethany, as one of their slaves. She was said to be an Egyptian, very beautiful and endowed with healing powers. The third legend is that Saint Sarah is the daughter of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ. Now, y'all know I've been saying these messages have heavily been alluding to the divine masculine stepping into his Christ consciousness, therefore embodying the energy of Jesus Christ, and the divine feminine tapping into her Mary Magdalene energy, and that they were twin flames. They were soulmates. They were lovers. And the legend has it that Saint Sarah here, queen of the outsiders, was their child. During the persecution of the early Christians, it is believed that Mary Magdalene fled with young Sarah, Jesus' mother, and Mary of Bethany to the south of France. There she raised Sarah and continued her ministry of love, of becoming what Christ referred to as true human beings, meaning both fully human and fully divine. Saint Sarah is known as the queen of the outsiders. She is the beloved patron saint of the Romani people. She's carried from her crypt in the cathedral to the sea on horseback every May 24th by thousands of Romani who gather annually to celebrate her. There's an ancient chest in St. Sarah's Cathedral that contains the relics of the three Marys. St. Sarah represents the spiritual tenets of the Karmagu cross, faith and hope, but above all, love. No matter who you are or where you are, St. Sarah's love is the kind that reaches you. There's nothing you need to perfect or prove. There's nothing you need to wait to become. There's only the deep abiding truth that love is not outside of you. You are never an outsider to love. You are love. Saint Sarah is the ultimate love card, the one that whispers what you've always known, that love is our truest purpose and our only true home. Love is where we will all arrive, no matter how persecuted, how lonely, how outcast we may feel, no matter how long it has been since we felt loved. Saint Sarah is the healing that comes when we embody love again. And she is here to welcome us back to the singular destination we actually never left. Home is only ever as far as we allow ourselves to be, separate from the space of our own heart. This is really reminding me of, why does this make me want to cry, y'all? This is reminding me of the masculine energy reading, because one thing I didn't really mention, but that is so true, is that the Queen of Pentacles energy, she creates an environment, she exudes an energy that very much feels like a safe space, like home. And so all of this mention of being at home and being love, embodying love, is very relevant to that energy of the Queen of Pentacles that showed up in the masculine reading. So regardless of what happens, just know, feminines, you are love. And if you're a masculine that's cross watching, this could very much represent that energy of stepping into your power as the emperor and stepping forth as the Knight of Pentacles, because you recognize love in your feminine counterpart, and that has helped you recognize the importance and the significance of love within yourself, and how don't none of this other shit matter, especially like the material shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have those creature comforts in this lifetime, and you definitely are an heir of God's lavish abundance, but nothing even matters. It's like that's the Sir song that we kind of started out talking about this journey with. Nothing even matters um except love. None of that shit really matters. The most important thing, the priority, is love. Top of the deck, we got Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. That very much confirms the energy of what came through with this Four of Pentacles. That focus on your bag, your material possessions, your stability, your safety, your security, what makes you feel fulfilled and safe and at home, and not giving your energy to certain things that don't align. I said that already. And so this just confirms that need to or how the feminine has been using her discernment and spending her time wisely, and saying no when she needs to say no, and hell yes when she needs to say yes. You know what I'm saying? You either in the huddle or you out the huddle. We no longer towing the line in and out, fickle, playing games. This is, you either got a made up mind and a open heart, or not. So I love that energy, and that's at the top of the deck. And standing in that type of energy leads to this Pope Joan energy, the pontiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Moving forward together in love, knowing that the possibilities are limitless, having answered the call and been divinely led towards the sky's the limit. When the divine feminine and the divine masculine, whether that's your internal journey or being expressed externally between a masculine energy and a feminine energy, that's two sovereign beings ruling the world, their world. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. Their world, their mission, their joy. I love this. I love this. Feminine, shout out to y'all as you are you have answered your calling to be that motivation for the masculine to rise. Y'all check out the masculine energy reading as they are becoming one who is a safe space for you all to land. Know that for many of you, your masculines may be getting the courage and the push to come to you for assistance along their journey, for help in some kind of way, because they trust you, they feel comfortable with you, and that they know that whatever medicine that they're needing, that they have it within them, and that you are the one that can help lead them to it, pull that out of them. But yeah, y'all, with that being said, I hope the message found you well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. If you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, you can email me at turquoisemajesty at gmail.com. But until next time.